Killer be the goddamn witch finder general. You got a witch, I'm burning their asses up. I got a full can of gasoline, I'm back to burn.
You know, the funny thing about that little white speck on top of chicken shit, that little white speck is chicken shit too.
Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Steady cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Steady cruising for them bruisings. Rock the beat like a country, man. Put away your contraband, your all religion brand. We've been chilling in this being. Being y'all is all in all. The Cassell introduce you to nothing at all. Filled with colors like a mall. She almost gave birth in a storm. A lot of us is written off while the crackers playing golf. Put up cost, about to be a boss. To cut my cross. Found whack cats underneath social media beats. Got my people thinking weak. Been writing since Hannibal was fighting. Burn your Percy Jackson up with lightning. We the carbon, too many Euro stepping hardens. Emblematic ass gardens. My skills sharpened as carpet. See my hawks, Steve Largent. Y'all religion got retarded. Got retarded. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling, we keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Now you wanna feud, it's not my fault. The teacher got you locked in the queue, but now I lose and gain all the proof. More metaphysics than the LSD prescription. Wonder when you listen. Sat with Yeshua discussing pen and how to write a better Zen. Found my dome with the wisdom dome. Sapphire throne. Too many people trouble prone. I'm in the zone, cause I'm grown. With the universe to call my own. No worries, you got some. Just imagine all of us coming through. We the universal truth. While community staying through. No debates over here. Staying sober with them beers. As the highest chair. Y'all more alphabetic than queer. She's just quite clear on how the system got you feared. They can't do their help here. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruler. And that good schooling. Keep it moving while you do your YouTubing. Steady cruising for the cruisers. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. Keep it moving while you do your YouTubing. Steady cruising for the cruisers. And even when I didn't know, the world put on the show. Many foes became my bros. Staying light on my toes. Spice like clothes. Smell the stench in your nose. Never pose. Unless my wife pull a selfie. Heat never melt me. Grandma used to belt me. Now ask the boys to go fly. The grand stallion. That's the thing. Make it past my man Allen. Right medallion. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. You keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Steady cruising for them cruising. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. You keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Steady cruising for them cruising. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. You keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Steady cruising for them cruising. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. Keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Steady cruising for them cruising. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. You keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Steady cruising. Who you think you fooling? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. Keep it moving
Fucking guy. All right, kill me. The guy there was finding shit, fucking Twizzler, something on there. Killer B, the goddamn witch finder journal. You got a witch, I'm burning they motherfucking asses up. Killer B is back with a mouthful of fucking flames to burn them on down. What's up, y'all? You got Chris Harris in the building making a whole bunch of unnecessary noise. We got Siberius sleeping servant.
What's up?
Remember, we gonna burn your asses up. Yeah, what up? What up? What up? Yeah, man. It's been quite a while. Been like shit. A couple weeks, almost a goddamn month since I went live. I'm back now and turned all the way up. All the way up. We can get back to business. Start slaying these goddamn fuckers and shit and burning their asses up. No mercy. No, we do. Get more people up in the room. Chris, you done jogging?
Yeah, man, I'm in the house. I was outside going to my trunk to get some gasoline to burn this bullshit up I've been going through the last couple of days. I got a lot of smoke too. A lot of goddamn smoke.
Yeah, I've been seeing you and Siberius been at it, being on the goddamn Hebrew Israelites. While I've been out here chilling. Today's my birthday, by the way, and shit. So
happy birthday. Happy birthday. We celebrate birthdays. We eat birthday cake. We do all that. We do all that, B. We do all that.
Yo,
y'all most low ain't gonna do nothing.
Real talk. I'm about to go get me a birthday cake. Motherfucker. And I put mad candles on that bitch. That'd be the first goddamn birthday cake I seen in goddamn shit. I stopped celebrating birthdays though. Like, you know what I mean? I celebrate birthdays. This ain't had no motherfucking cake. Long ass motherfucking time. But
well, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yup. They over 20 motherfucking years. I'm about to get me one today, motherfucker. I'm about to fuck that shit up.
Shit. Been cool.
Goddamn.
Cooling.
Hebrew Israelite coat killer on that motherfucker. Like, what you want in the bed? What you want on the cake? Happy birthday, Hebrew Israelite coat killer. Which one in general?
Hey, yo, B, I think we need to go ahead and anoint somebody today while we on here. We might as well go ahead and anoint somebody. What you think?
Yep. Yo, Siberius to sleep is perfect up on it.
Siberius, you know what we're going to call you from now on? We're going to officially anoint you the witch, the witch finder zookeeper. That's what we're going to anoint you from now on.
Hey, y'all said it, not me, man. So
the zookeeper. So we're going to start calling you the zookeeper general. All you got to do is point the code out. We'll go punish their ass.
Zookeeper. Said I'm now officially the zookeeper general. So
I made that up walking through the mall the other day. I said, let's call him zookeeper general.
Hey, like I said, y'all said it, not me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm honored. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's your zookeeper. That's your new nickname. The zookeeper general.
Yeah, man.
So you fuck niggas out there, we got the zookeeper on your motherfucking asses and shit.
Don't let them find your coat. We gonna come after your ass. Teaching that misinformation.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as y'all come with bullshit, because he's gonna keep all the animals in line.
That's right. Hey, so who's getting their asses burned up today?
Ooh, which one you want to start with? James Cassell? Who you want to start with, B?
Now, y'all, let me recap a little bit.
Go ahead.
Strong. But so, we see old Judah Nazareth finally made a casting couch. And he had his mouth wide open. Yup, had his mouth wide open. Judah Nazareth finally makes a goddamn casting couch. That son of a bitch, all that goddamn shit. Fuck, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to pull up the goddamn videos where all this shit this nigga be saying and shit. And he denied it on the motherfucking show. Like
7 years of talking shit about Sonetta and went on there. 7 years.
Yep.
7 years.
Sonetta was on there with his dick out and Judah's mouth was open. Wide motherfucking open.
His mouth was open like.
That nigga said, I never said anything about you.
Come on, man.
Nigga, I was like, I saw that shit. I was like, I gotta watch this shit. So I turned that shit out and laid down. I heard that shit, nigga. First of all, when he was drilling them on the scriptures, that's why you motherfuckers gotta learn to see what these motherfuckers teaching you know. And stop just listening to what the fuck they saying to you. This thing ain't no shit. Like this basic fucking shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like Sonetta was killing him. But there was a lot of things he could have said, like, you know what I mean? Would have fucked him up. But Judah don't know and shit. He just watched GMS videos and shit. Because I told him GMS was the realest Israelite group. So
he regurgitated.
He probably bent over for Tahar. Judah, why don't you come down to 145th Street? I think that's 145th and beyond. And go see old Papa Tahar and shit. This motherfucker gonna sit here and say, I never said nothing about you. I never said nothing. Well, I was just playing. I was just playing. This and guess what? And the pie's the gimp. You know the gimp you always talk about? Mm-hmm. What was that shit from? That was in that
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, in Pulp Fiction. That Pulp Fiction movie and stuff. That the gimp. The pie's the gimp. She had a leather suit or plastic suit or whatever on her head. She had the whip. She had the dog leash. All that shit. For her whole ass and shit.
Look, they dumbing down Sonetta's content with they dumb shit. He making them look stupid as fuck on there.
Stupid in the motherfucker.
Look. Then he put the show up and said, "I'm your God." Clearly said it. I'm your God. I'm the God of the Hebrews sent me, and them niggas laughing about it. He's saying that he's, and you know what? Shout out to Sonetta for making them look stupid to show that they really don't believe this shit. Shout out to Sonetta. He's showing that they is what they is, a bunch of coons. That's all he's showing them to be, them niggas to be, a bunch of coons. They don't believe it. They know they don't believe it.
Yo, that gotta be my next video. I'm gonna use that for the thumbnail. Old raccoon up in the tree. Like, you go cool hunting and shit. The dogs run their ass up in the tree. Yeah, right. Judah up in the goddamn tree with his eyes glowing.
Put him and Rob Rack. I bet you won't press that camera button. Living outside ass up on there.
I gotta get Lobsterbell. He subscribed to me. Lobsterbell better run that Judah that Rob Rack video and shit. Where that nigga dressed up like a bitch. That nigga had a bra and panties on, sitting on the edge of the goddamn bed. That shit was crazy. It had the video had seats in the motherfucker. I was like, goddamn.
Niggas, look. He did a lesson yesterday. I said, let me see if he gonna be inside the house today. Whoop. 2 minutes, he outside. Like, get your ass out of here. Sitting at a motel somewhere, sitting up underneath one of them umbrellas, them little sun umbrellas. I said, this nigga going live off his phone. off of a device.
Yup.
Being divisive, get it? Get it, Siberia? Siberians peep that out. Motherfucker, you think you fooling?
Yeah.
We the real occultists over here. We'll break your book
Yeah,
down for you
yeah.
easy. We'll break that book of Leviticus down for you easy, Rob Whack.
Ooh, dude, Leviticus is my specialty, boy.
Look. I think you might know some gems, but I can show y'all some coven rituals up in there. That's where the word covenant come from. Y'all
Yeah,
want to
no
talk
doubt.
about it? I want to smoke.
Yup. Euthanize your whole ass. We gonna get Siberia to break down them goddamn chains around your goddamn neck. I made my little video, but Siberia's gonna know what he's talking about.
Right.
It's gonna be game.
Well, as far as the esoterical, architecture, that's where I come in. You know what I'm saying? I can take something so fantastical and break it down to where it's so mundane that you have no choice but to understand why these things happen. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I had a conversation with Killer B Friday evening, and he kind of got me ranting. And if y'all have any questions when it comes to the stuff like that, Killer B knows for sure that I can break that shit completely down. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what I'm here for.
That's it. Tear their asses up, burn them down.
Yeah.
They ain't got to. Juvenile, you might want to pack up, bro, or buy that Van Halen CD. You get a Van Halen CD, right? And you get with a nice sturdy thing. You get you some rope. You stand your ass up on that chair, and you hit. Don't forget to hit play on the Van Halen CD, and wait for that motherfucker to say jump. Go ahead, jump. Jump. And you do what that motherfucker tell you to do. That's gonna be your only goddamn option. We might get into the Euthanizer Eclipse tonight. This shit. And we're gonna listen to all the fuck shit he got to say. Got 3 people in the room. What up, Joel? In the room and shit. Do the right thing, Joel. So, yeah, man. Chris, tell a little bit about what's been going on. I see you've been going at Rob Rack first, so you gotta talk about that first. Then you gotta get in Judah Nazareth ass. Then who's that? What's it? What's the other monkey's name? Chris Harris and shit. Doing something again. Chris. Oh, go get Twizzlers and some shit. Whatever. Chris, man, shit. He been running with the torch since I took my little break. He's been running with the torch. Burning their asses up. Expose Rob Rack for not being the real debate league champion. Right? Then they get plagiarized the whole shit. Listen to Chris on text message the whole goddamn time. It's a goddamn shame. And you want to call yourself, you sit up there and call yourself the champ. The champ. And you ain't win one debate. Chris won those debates. So, Sullivan.
I want all them goddamn debates.
Solomon, if you get that official video stripping the throne from Rob Rack, you in it too now. Your ass is in the shit too. And I can't wait. So you better make that goddamn video and tell the goddamn truth to the people.
You silly, man.
Right,
it's coming. It's coming.
I'm desperate. You make that little fuck motherfucker. You didn't ask her back up on that shit. No more bullshit to the people. You got a responsibility, bro. Hold up mine. Better hold up yours. That man cheated the whole goddamn time. You supposed to take the goddamn, tell that nigga to mail them trophies back and everything. You make the new trophy for Chris Harris. because Chris Harris ran that first year. That was his debate championship. So you better make them changes, boy. Go ahead, Chris. Tell us about it. Once again, Chris has got to fuck some shit up again. Chris! See this shit I got to go through, Siberius?
Yeah, I see that.
See? It's always some crazy shit. Then I start talking. I can start talking crazy, Chris. You better get back on here.
Yeah, you need to calm down. Calm down.
You're killing hot, man.
See?
Trying to burn that ass up.
No. Calm down. For real.
See?
Don't get me in trouble with my man. Solar. We already discussed that, Solar. We got that coming. Don't worry. Hey, you know what, B? Most of it is on me to hurry up and get him the information. I still ain't got him that information with all them text messages when he was asking for help 24/7. I got to get him that ASAP so he can do the video. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hold on. But since we at it, where was all that blackity black talk, Rob Rack? Where was all that F Black Lives Matter at, Rob Rack? Where was all that at? Where was all that at when you was up there on Sinetta? Where was all that at? You know why? Because your ass was on your knees, nigga. You and Judah Nazareth. Y'all was on your knees. That's why Judah Nazareth got a video out right now talking about some somebody wants to smoke with Napah Shaddai. Not my words though. Cause you afraid of Sinetta.
Damn.
Get out of here, man.
Yo, Sinetta stole Napah from Judah Nazareth, like I stole Amber. God damn, Judah, you're a two-time loser. Who's next?
All your women getting snatched, Judah.
Yeah.
Hadassah next.
Nah, I already had Hadassah.
Damn. Damn.
Oh shit. And Judah, that's all you got left is her hanging around, nigga.
Her and her 8-year-old son, aka Timmy Tubbs.
Yeah.
Little Bow Wow. That's what Napah called that little dude, Little Bow Wow.
Oh shit. Yeah, man. Yo. All right, now tell us about you said David Cassell, right? You got some other bullshit that they were saying.
You talking about James Cassell?
Yeah, there was somebody else besides the other motherfuckers that you supposed to.
Oh my God, this guy is such a fucking idiot.
Next, but I don't know. I was trying to keep it going.
Hold on, let me open up one of my laptops here, because you know I got things. I have things that I work hard for. Unlike Rob Rack, you know, I got things I can lean on here. Hold on, let me open it up and come in through the chat on here, so I could turn my camera on, so I don't have to have a what's it called, a cell phone on just to go live. I go live from my computer. Okay, hold on. Let me get in here. Go ahead, keep talking while I get logged on till I get logged on here.
So Siberius, I watched the video you did with the shaman.
Yeah.
If you talk about that video was dope. Like,
yeah,
dude,
man.
He explained that stuff like real plain and simple.
Explain it real plain and simple. Okay, so we was talking about the weather, and he's basically talking about, and to me it kind of plays into what we could call the law of correspondence. The macrocosm and the microcosm is basically all the same. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like dealing with getting rained on. Okay, with the rain could also be bills, or it could be, you know, strife in your relationship. And how is it that you're going to act or respond during these troubled times? And that's basically what he was getting at. And then he got off on the pentagram, and that was some occult 101, and how the upright pentagram is just the flow of energy, and the reverse pentagram, which is everyone likes to assimilate with with Satan or the devil is nothing but the counterflow of energy, and how that correlates with that is simply the negative wire in the battery of your car, you know, and sort of breaking the I guess the brainwashing that we have received through our culture, especially through monolithic religion. And I guess the best way I can explain that is to give you an example. And this is one of the first lessons the shaman taught me 14 years ago. You know, you ask most people simply, how many sides does a coin have? And most people are going to say, well, it's got a head and a tail. It's got two sides. Well, you've been taught that it has two sides. It has three sides. Everything you've ever seen with your physical eyes has three sides. That includes a piece of paper. Even though that third side is extremely thin, does not mean that it does not exist.
What he said.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. All he said is what's up and what's down is down. It's just the laws of polarity. That's all, man. And these guys get a hold of these esoteric teachings, and they begin to create their own teachings with them. And what ends up is you end up getting in trouble. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, because you don't know how to check that shit. You don't know how to deal with it.
In human beings, you know, we like to categorize things and come up with our own dogma.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is nothing but, that's what religion is. It's human-made dogma that is, however, based on a cosmic truth, but it gets mixed up, you know, because people have their own personal rhetorics and they tweak things in order to push their rhetoric on the masses, you know.
Right.
I guess is the best way to put it.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, if anyone has a chance, go check that interview out. It's pretty tasteful, and the shaman, he's actually here with me now, and there'll be a lot more to come in the future for sure.
All right, B, you there? Is he there? Where's he at?
Yo.
Hold on, let me give him a call.
Okay.
Oh, he done fell off his own platform again. Come on now, B.
God damn, we done took his shit over. Hey, speaking of devices, can y'all hear me pretty good?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Man, maybe he needs a new device.
Right. Stop being a Rob Rack. B. Get a new device. You need me to send you one of these laptops I got, man?
Man, get the device came up, man. Damn, I'm on a fucking Galaxy 9 right now. Killing it.
Galaxy 9. Shit. I'm sitting back like, which one you want to use?
Hell yeah, I heard that.
Shit. Got an HP.
Yeah.
1080p right here. Computer.
Yeah.
Right?
What kind of processor it got?
Shit, I don't know. I don't know all that. It's
what's the little sticker at the bottom left, right there? Oh, you got the Ryzen? Yeah, that's what I got. It's fast, man, but mine's a little jumpy.
Yeah, that's B helped me get this one, so I bought this one. Cost me about $6, right?
Okay.
And then I got this one right here.
Hell yeah.
So this is just a little Chromebook right here. This ran me for about $3.
You like that Chromebook?
It's okay, man. I use it when I want to surf notes and things like that. When I just want to surf notes and things like that. So I haven't got all my programs uploaded on this new laptop right here. So, and I got another one upstairs. So, you know, I got to get it all together. The one thing I like about this computer right here is 1080p though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The resolution in it and everything. But This Chromebook, it's done a good job for me though. You know what I'm saying?
I had one, man, and you know, it was cool, but I just felt I was restricted on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I tell you what's cool, man. I got the same computer you got. Well, I got like the $400 version of what you got, and and when it comes to playing with different apps, something that I learned and I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's called Nox, Nox. So basically, it's an app that I can download other apps that I normally could not download on that computer. So like something that I could download on my phone, but not on the computer. If I download Nox, I can then have those apps on the computer.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
and with me selling solar and stuff, we have these different apps that we use. So I basically could integrate devices that normally would not be compatible. So check that out, man. Download Nox, Nox. It's pretty cool.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do that. So I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to hit B up and see what happened to him. He probably talking and don't even realize he dropped off his own show. But anyway,
it's possible, man.
I can hold down a show by myself. So
yeah, for sure. I know you can.
I got to talk about this one idiot named James Cassell. Now, James Cassell has got to be one of the biggest goddamn idiots I ever known in my life.
Well, right? Hey, Chris, you know, I'm not up to par with who that is. Could you give me a little introduction?
Cool. He's an idiot. He's a black Hebrew Israelite.
Okay.
That's what they are. They might as well accept it. He's a black Hebrew Israelite who believes he's from the tribe of Judah, which is a mythological people. They never existed, right? The actual people were a group of mixed Semites that lived in the hills of Judea, the Judean hills. That's all it is.
Right.
You see? Now, when you talk to this idiot, he think he right about everything. You know, he think he the scholar when it comes to Jewish history. But he never cites any dates. He never gives you a time frame. He pulls random articles without citation. So yesterday we were having a conversation, me and a couple of gentlemen, about the biblical narrative. And did God write the law or did Moses write the law? Now we know the Bible is written and it's full of parables. Anybody with common sense know that. The Bible is chock full of parables. So it says that he was reading in the book of Exodus that he said Moses didn't write the book of the law. God did. And he says there's no historical reference for that. Now, you know them niggas be trying to sound smart, right? And I kind of like gave a face like, huh? And I'm all like, wait a minute. There's no historical reference for that. There's no historical reference for any of this shit. So why would you say something like that? So I said, where's the historical evidence for it? I'm just being hypothetical at this point. He said, well, right here in the Bible, and people was talking about it. I said, people talk about a host of myths. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't mean they're real. And I said, you would have to prove that, empirical evidence, data, etc., so on and so on.
Right.
So as we continue to talk, I said, here, man, let's read Exodus 34 and 27. It says Moses wrote down the law, everything God commanded him to. It's just a myth, but it says right here, Moses wrote the law. And you're saying he didn't. No, that's not what that means. What does it mean when you have a noun, subject, predicate, verb? What does it mean? It's a complete thought now.
Right.
It says that Moses wrote down the law, which we know Moses ain't writing about himself because that would make him writing about him writing down the law in third person. So this idiot James Cassell comes in and he started talking about go read Numbers 11. It say there were 70 elders that wrote down the law. And I said, that's not the point of our conversation. So he starts hooping and hollering and yelling, right? Because you know they can never be wrong. They can never take correction. And I'm trying to tell him and be intelligent with him and say, look, man, you're off topic. You're getting off topic here. That's not what we are discussing. So he starts, shut up, don't talk to me, you know, that little bitch shit. So this
that's some bullshit.
Yeah. And I'm all like, well, wait a minute, dog. I said, I'm not gonna do this with you today. Right? No, shut up talking. I said, you know what? You just a bitch ass nigga that wants some attention. Like he's trying to tell me that Seti the first was the Pharaoh of the Exodus. So I'm all like, okay, can you prove that? He goes and reads an article almost word for word for Alcodian website saying that Seti the first was it. And I was listening to it, and I was just all like, where have I read this at before? Oh, BibleArchaeology.com.
Yeah.
So I'm all like, dude, I cannot believe you would actually go to that website and think that's a credible source when it's telling you it's not a credible source of information. Right. It tells you it's not a credible source of information.
I don't understand how people can be so full of themselves and their ego be so fragile that they're willing to drink their own Kool-Aid. I mean, geez, talking about believing in your own lies. You know, not only you believe in the lies of others. Well, I won't call it lies. We'll call it stories. You know, the Bible is
a misdirection.
Yeah. You know, if you read between the lines from an occultic point of view, the Bible is a very powerful book. But you know, but when you take things literally and then you throw that in the Kool-Aid bowl and then you drink all the Kool-Aid yourself, you know, and then when people tell you that you're wrong, that you respond emotionally, and I mean that's some bitch shit, you know. That's what I'd call some hoe shit.
Right.
Yeah, because grown men don't do that. Show me the Bible facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like show me the Carfax. You know, show me the proof. Show me the archaeological evidence that is of a, you know, from an accredited university or you know, not just some Hebrew Israelite, you know, Reddit blog. You know.
Well, one more time, what we have to do is understand their psychosis. And their psychosis is their original initiation was Christianity, right?
Right.
So with their original initiation, hold on, that's B right there. Hold on.
Okay.
Yo.
Yeah, y'all keeping it going?
Yeah, what's wrong?
All right, no. How my signal's fucked up. It's back on now.
Okay, bet.
As soon as you answer the phone, it went back on.
Okay. All right, you there? Yo, Siberius, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bud.
Okay. So, oh, there you go. He back. Go ahead. So, with their original initiation is Christianity, and with their AB, I'm finna fall out and come right back in because my speaker messed up.
All right, I'm back. Got some technical difficulty. I'm back.
You good, man? We said that maybe you should get a new device. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh shit, they was getting at me and shit while I was gone.
Nah, me and Chris was. Gotta get your device game up, man.
I know, right? Oh. All right.
Can I be heard?
Yes, sir. You should get a new device. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, they was getting at me and shit while I was gone.
Nah, me and Chris was. Gotta get your device game up, man.
I know, right? The delay. That's crazy. All right.
Can I be heard?
Yes, sir.
Is everybody there?
I'm here now.
All right.
That was crazy. Like a delay.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird as fuck.
Hey, I've always said that when it comes to interacting with the spiritual realm, 99% of the time it's either through nature or technology.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
So what we were doing, we were just talking about most of the Hebrew Israelites. The original initiation was Christianity, right? So that original, that being their original initiation
once they heard that these people were black, they began to say that they were these people. You understand what I'm saying? And they feel like just because something is black or looks look like them, they feel like that's their people. And the point is, you don't know. Let me say this again. You don't know. You see what I'm saying? And just because, if let's say for instance let's say for instance that you are an Israelite, that doesn't mean you created these mythological stories. It means that you were inspired by other mythologies that are easily traced by other nations. That has always been my argument, and that will continue to be my argument. You see what I'm saying? They can't get away from that because that's what a temple was. A temple is where people went into to learn from. You see what I'm saying? And these stories went out all around the Levant, all around the Nile, all around Mesopotamia. That's where these stories were. And people began to inject their own ideologies into these same religious beliefs or ontologies, right? Creating their own ontologies. That's why they're so easily parallel when you read them. So if you want to learn about anything, you know what I'm saying, go read the earliest text. That's all I teach. I always tell people, go read the earlier text. You don't have to continue to hold yourself hostage to this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you know, you're much more educated in the actual text than I am. Would you say that there is like these key archetypes that is found throughout many different religious texts that somehow, I guess what I'm trying to say is it gives them something to latch onto, maybe something familiar.
Yeah. There are archetypal stories within these like let's just do something real easy, like Psalms 104, right? I'm gonna show you. Let's explain to everybody what an archetype is, and then we can explain syncretism with these dumb Israelites, right? And we're gonna go Psalm. Let me see, Psalms 104. Let me get this real quick. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go here. Let me see if I can pull a picture up here. Okay, yep, here it is right here. Boom. Boom. I'm pulling it up now. Let's get this work. All right, because the more you know, the more you grow.
For sure.
You know all right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to an archetype. Let's do a share screen right quick. B, you still there?
Yeah, I forgot to share the damn video.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so here it is right here. If you can see, we're looking at what you call the hymn of Aten, right? And then you see Psalms 104. They're standing left and right. They're standing congruently next to each other, right? Now we're going to see the archetype, which is the hymn of Aten, right? Hymn to the sun. That's what Akhenaten called the sun, right? It says, "O soul God, beside whom there is none." Now, when you read Psalms 104, it says, "O Yahweh, my God, you are very great." Okay, there's an argument there. It doesn't mean the same thing. But they're both expressing a veneration. Would you agree to that, Siberius?
I would.
Okay. If you don't, it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to verse 2. "How many are your deeds? You made the earth as you wished. You alone, all the peoples, herds, and flocks." And it says, "O Yahweh, how manifold are your works. In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creatures." Now, this is one and the same thing. It's the same direct parallel. It's saying work. The Psalms 104 is saying works. The hymn of Aten is saying deeds. And you made the earth as you wish. And this one is saying, in wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. Well, over here it says, you alone made all peoples, the herds and flocks. You see, you made the earth as you wish. It's the same thing. Now, right here, let's go to verse 3. "You set in the western light land. Earth is in darkness as if it's in death." Now, this is funny, right? It says, "You set in the western light land." This is a connotation to the sun rising in the east and setting where? In the west, right? It says the earth is in darkness as if in death. And look at Psalms 104. You make darkness and it is night when all the animals of the forest come creeping out. Now we're seeing parallels here, but we can see, let's be honest, they clearly added the animals there, right? Watch this. Every lion comes from its den. The young lions roar for their prey. When the sun rises, they withdraw and lie down in their dens. It's the same thing. Both of them are expressing a parallel or parable to a lion. You see what I'm saying? Watch this, verse 5. When you have dawned, they live. When you set, they die. When you hide their face, they are dismayed. When you take away their breath, they die. Stop it. All right? It says right here, verse 6. You set every man in his place. You supply their needs. Everyone has his food. Now look at this. Verse 6. All look to you to give them their food in due season. It's the same thing. Verse 7, because we're going to talk about this. The fish in the river dart before you. Your rays are in the midst of the sea. Yonder is the sea, the great and wide. Creeping things innumerable are there. Okay. Birds fly from their nests, their wings greeting your ka. By the streams, the birds of the air have their habitation. They sing among the branches. He makes that's what it says. Now we're going to show this. He makes waves on the mountains like the sea to drench their fields and their towns. You make springs gush forth in the valleys. They flow beneath the hills. The trees of Yahweh are watered abundantly. Now, here it is. You have direct correlations to the hymn of Aten right here in Psalms 104. Watch how you break this down. Verse 1, you have a veneration. Verse 2, you have a veneration of God's works in both verses. Verse 3, they speak about darkness, both of them. Verse 4, they both speak about lions. Verse 5, they both speak about hiding their face, right? And it talks about when you dawn, they die. They both speak about light and death, which is darkness and life. That's verse 5. Verse 6, it says you set every man in his place. You supply their needs. Everyone has his food. So it's a veneration to what their God gives them, right? Sustenance. Verse 7, it speaks about the fish in the seas.
Hey,
right?
Chris, just so I'm following you correctly, but the parallels are between Psalms and what else? That's where I lost it.
The hymn to Aten.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right, I got you.
Okay, which is an Egyptian, which is an African poem. All
yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Now we see in verse 7, both verses here, it's both makes a veneration towards the sea, right? And the many creatures that live in the sea. Verse 8, it mentions birds in both hymns here, right? And in verse 9, it speaks of waves and water in both ontologies here. So I have to go with hymn to Aten as being the original. I have to go with it because it's a lot older. It's almost 1,000 years older.
It sounds like some plagiarism is afoot.
Exactly. So, but when you here's the thing though, when you show this to them, they reject it and they argue about it. That's why I sit up there and say it's not even an argument. It's not even a debate. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was found on the wall of a 14th century BCE tomb.
It's clearly copied. I mean, you're not going. I mean, I could see one verse and another verse lining up, but not that many in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's there's too many coincidences there. You know, if the shoe fits, you know, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it must be a fucking duck.
Right. And I can talk about the Canaanite Psalms from the tale of Ugarit found in the book of Psalms. I can get into all of that. You know what I'm saying?
You like me, man. That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah, man. So that's the thing. If the Canaanites were so evil people, why are there Psalms in your book? You understand what I'm saying? Why are they in there?
Yeah.
You're a kid.
Hey, Chris, from a, you have a very scholarly point of view. I kind of have an interesting subject that I like to bring up. I know, in the Testament of Solomon, when he spoke to Baal, and he wasn't Baal supposed to be, or Baal Hadad or Baal Zebul supposed to be the god of the Canaanites?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have anything interesting or enlightening to talk about on that subject?
Let's see. You're talking about Solomon and his many gods.
Well, and how Baal or Baal was the god of Canaan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, just with your scholarly knowledge, do you have anything that might could blow our minds in a
No,
sense?
honestly, not at this moment. Not at this moment, but I'll get on that.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'll get right on that. Go ahead, B.
Yeah,
sure, man.
It talks about like the ancient Israelites. I think I did a video on that. That the God of Edom, who supposedly was God didn't love anymore, according to the doctrine, but their God was called Yahweh or Yahweh. Or no. What's the name? Chris, you know what I'm talking about. Is it Io? What is it, Chris?
What are you talking about?
The god of the Edomites. Remember the god of metallurgy?
Yeah. Hold on, let me pull it up right now. I got it right here in front of me. Under Arabian prophets.
It was the Edomite. I think it was a book maybe been called the Edomite gods.
You talking about Yahweh and Canaan?
Yeah, but the Edomites. They said the Edomites God named or Io. I think it was Io. And he was like the god of metallurgy. But they were supposed to be good at processing metals.
Okay.
So back to Tiberius.
Yo.
What you were saying about like Solomon and Baal, like where do you think? Or actually, no. I'll ask another question about what you said before about with the weather.
Yeah.
How could you put that in a daily application of like what you do in your life and how these things like work? You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying now. That you get me to talk about that opens some doors to the very esoterical side of my practicality. So when you're talking about that particular entity, okay, he's also listed as number 1 of the Goetia. Now he comes with many names. We've all heard the name Beelzebub. We've heard of Baal. We've heard of Baal, which is actually King Baal. And he, esoterically, okay, came to me as King Baal. Okay, now we're getting into the Goetia. We're getting into the fantastical side of the occult. We're getting to the spirit work. We're getting to the rituals. Okay, so learning about this particular, we can call it a cosmic energy. We can call it a spirit. We can call it a demon. We can call it a god. Okay. The law of correspondence says that there's good people, bad people, good demons, bad demons, good angels, bad angels. Okay. It's all the same, no matter what. Now, this particular entity came to me through nature and also through technology. And I'll give an example of that. You ever had a thought Okay, but you never searched it on Google. You never looked it up on YouTube or nothing. And the next day you get on YouTube or your news feed, and there in the subject you were thinking about, there it is. Okay, without ever looking into it. I'm sure everyone has experienced this. Okay, it happens to me all the time. Now, I guess from a practical point of view, when it comes to Baal, the Goetic king of the Goetia, okay, I can give you a personal experience, and I've got videos on this. We've all heard of Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies. Well, in my personal firsthand experience, I can't speak for anyone else. This is absolutely true. And a lot of the Canaan said that he was the Lord of all things that fly. I have not found this to be true. I've found it to be insects only, like wasps, bees, ants, etc. And it's so crazy. Maybe even if this could be just a tool. Maybe I'm crazy, but it helps me manifest things into reality. Now, one thing that Baal has been really good at is court and finances. Okay, I've worked with Baal, and the next day I signed $12,000 worth of tree work before 10 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Or another one where I had a second-degree domestic violence, and it gets dropped in the preliminary, just drop, and it makes a big deal, and and I walk out of there. And I say jokingly, I'm not a practitioner of voodoo, but I say voodoo just so people understand where I'm coming from. And I had a buddy there, and as I walk out the courtroom, I said, "I told you I'm the voodoo man." You know what I'm saying? So on a practical sense, Baal is great with money and court. And and one thing I'll say about court is, court is based off of a lot of you can say occult sciences or just the way that it operates. And for example, I can say, what's another word for a judge? Well, a magistrate. Okay, a magistrate, magician. See, kind of like how there's parallels there, like what Chris was talking about. Okay, and then it really just boils down to psychology and understanding that, yeah, the judge is the judge and the bailiff is the bailiff, but they're still people too. You know what I'm saying? And I can get into more how this actually operates and how I know that this is a foreign entity and not just me thinking that I'm insane. But I mean, that I could talk all day about that. And one thing I can tell you from a very interesting occultic point of view when it comes to actually working with Baal, and understand, I don't worship Baal. I really worship nothing. Baal is a friend, is an associate. Okay, this energy. Okay, this archetype, this cosmic archetype. Okay, now one thing that I can characterize him as is like an old rich granddad that believes in tough love, that wants you to do right but isn't going to give it to you. He's going to make you earn it. And that's one thing that I've realized how this particular energy is. Is there anybody got any questions on anything?
Talking. You got it.
Yeah. No, that's it, man. Unless anyone's got any questions.
All of when you talk about Baal, which only means Lord, Baal is what we have to understand is that Baal is a title. Many people think that Baal is a god. No, Baal is a title. Hadad was the god. So Baal Hadad was the god of thunder in Canaan, in Canaanite culture.
Yeah.
Right? So when they would say Baal, that would be the enunciation of his grandeur. You see what I'm saying? To let you know he's the Lord of Thunder. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, these are just names that have been assigned to a particular entity, and there are variations in the names. Go ahead.
I said, well, like say for instance, when you look at Hadad, he was the god. He was the storm god, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you look at the Canaanite structure, when you look at the structure found in the book of Samuel, what happened when he called on their God to witness to the people? right? Thunder and lightning came. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I keep saying, like, that's how is that Yahweh when the God of the Canaanites had always been doing that, making covenants like that with the people with storm, thunder, and lightning, and the people would get afraid when they hear that. You can find that in many of the
And
Ugaritic.
honestly, I can
Go ahead.
honestly, Chris, I can attest to that, man. Every time that there's ever been like a real serious ritual, I mean, it thunders and rains like crazy. You know,
Right, right. But when you're
yeah,
looking
I
at
can attest to that.
Samuel's name, his name is not Samuel Yah. His name is Samuel, right?
Right,
And Samuel El was the god of the Canaanites. He was the major deity. You see what I'm saying? He was the big time. He was the head honcho, and all the other deities were underneath him, such as Baal, Hadad, etc., etc. This is where we get the syncretisms at. You know what I'm saying?
right.
When you're dealing with ancient cultures, that's what I wanted to get into. So, but most people don't understand these things because they haven't really done any real research on it. That's why
Right.
I'm just starting to sit up here and say, like, nah, man, I ain't interested in debating. It's not a debate. You know what I'm saying? I'm even starting to say, like, yo, these things aren't debates.
No, and I pride myself on firsthand experience. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I've really, I've really done it. You know, and can speak on it, and everyone has their own different, you know, different experiences, and perhaps these entities come at them.
Still there?
You still there? I think he might have fallen off. But go ahead, B.
Yeah, I wanted him to speak some more on the relationship. Right back. But yeah, that last video he got. Yeah, this dude he was explaining like how how like you look at the weather, like you can look at
Hello.
But yeah, I'm gonna look back. Probably back up. Yeah, Chris. These dudes out here, they bugging, bro. They bugging.
Yeah, hell yeah, they fucking bugging. And that's another thing. So let's get ratchet for a minute. So when them niggas had, when my old boy booted me from his little punk ass league, I was like, yo, I don't want nothing else to do with the league. Now how about that?
Yeah, Siberia, I had a question.
Hey, sorry guys, I fell off. I had a call come in.
Oh, okay. The Goetia. Can you speak a little bit on like the foundations of the Goetia? Like
The what now? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
The Goetia.
Yeah, you want me to extrapolate on the Goetia?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I only know certain things on how it could relate to what we're talking about when it comes to the Goetia, but I'm gonna do my best. So the Goetia is basically a pantheon of demons. Now, what is a demon to me? And we can see this in ancient culture and everything that y'all specialize in, how, you know, those that believed in Yahweh basically demonize Baal, Hadad, or Baal Zebul, or whatever name that they gave him. So to me, a demon is nothing but a divine spirit or energy with a negative charge, just like that battery, that negative wire on your battery in your car. Just like that does not mean it's evil. Angels is a term that I'll use for a divine spirit with a positive charge. Okay, so that being said, the Goetia is a pantheon of 72 divine spirits that are negatively charged, and of course, I can write a book on that as well. And the wonderful thing is, because they're negatively charged and we live in a universe that is positively charged, all matter here is positively charged. They in a sense, they have to interact through the many different mundane facets of our day-to-day life. Okay, like with Baal, for example, after working with him, and I walk in, my room at the shop, and there's a white-faced hornet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared of the hornet. The hornet isn't out to get me. Just because the hornet can hurt you, I mean, your dog can hurt you too, but is he going to bite you? Sort of thing. And one thing that maybe y'all can help me extrapolate on is there are 72 demons in the Goetia. Well, there's 72 angels of Shem as well that correspond with the Goetia. So basically, when it comes to occult ritual, you have that positive and that negative. Are y'all familiar with the angels of Shem and how those are the 72 names of God and things of that nature?
Yep.
I don't know. I haven't.
It's the 72 angels of the Shem HaFarash.
There you go. That's it. Yep, yeah. That's it. And basically they have their corresponding negatively charged entities that work just like the positive negative on the battery on your car that allows your car to operate.
And let me add to what you're saying right here is because when you're dealing with a lot of the Psalms, especially Psalm 34, you begin to see that these are invocations to these angels here.
Right.
In the Shem, with the Shem Hach Metfarash, right?
Yeah.
In what's it called? And these are all ancient names to their deity. You know what I'm saying? And you invoke them. A lot of people don't know that the Psalms, a lot of them are invocations. Well, go ahead, bro. Good stuff.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And and the cool thing too is, so as there is positive and negative, you've got the 72 positive names and you have the 72 negative names as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of people don't get into the Goetia, which are basically a list which is also, the Goetia is also called the Lesser Key of Solomon.
Right. Because so when you're talking about the Lesser Key of Solomon, you understand that I think there's 4 classes of angels. You have the seraphim, the cherubim, the thrones, the dominations, the powers, the virtues, the principalities.
Yeah, I do understand that. And then in the demonic realms, you have the kings and the princes and the dukes.
That is correct.
All the way down to a knight,
Right. Well, the demon that ruled, you'd be talking about Baal, the Argres, the Fasago, so on and so on.
There you go. Yeah. You're calling out the names for sure. Haman, Persan. Yeah.
I'm familiar with it. You guys can go get an introductory. You guys can go get what's his name's work. The Secret Teachings of All Ages. He speaks a lot on this stuff.
Manly P. Hall.
Manly P. Hall, thank you. He speaks
Manly
a lot on
P. Hall, okay.
Right. And if you, like I said, if you read stuff like Psalms chapter 3, Psalms 22, Psalms chapter 6, Psalms 34, Psalms 103, all of these are invocations to the Metatronic seraphim and the cherubim, etc., etc. And this is what people don't know because they've never read the Mishnah or they don't understand Talmudic studies. They just don't know. They read the Bible and think that's it, but they reject everything else.
Yeah.
And so the Jews were very optimistic.
I'll tell you something crazy from an occultist point of view. It's actually harder and more dangerous to work with angels than it is with what we would call demons. And this is my personal gnosis. Don't take this by heart. This is what I've come up with after years of practice and study. Like I said, how the Goetia are negatively charged, therefore they cannot really exist here like we can. Okay, so they have to work through, like I said, the many facets of our mundane life. Okay, now this for some reason is persuasive enough that they work on credit. So it's kind of like, it's just like how the Christians say, you make a deal with the devil. You give him a little something, he'd be like, okay, I'm gonna give you what you want, but then you got to pay me after. You know, just like how the Christians say make a deal with the devil. So you do a little something, they do what you want, and they hold you to your word. And now there's the dangerous part when you don't hold yourself to your word. If you change someone's life and you let them borrow a substantial amount of money from you, and then they fucked you, and you could seek revenge without getting in trouble, you know, most of us would, you know. So that's how people get screwed up, because they get trapped back in their mundane life. Like, oh, I was just talking to myself. That wasn't nothing but bullshit. It's just a coincidence. I got what I wanted because it was all me. And if anything lined up, then I'm just gonna throw that in the coincidence jar, you know. Now the things with angels is they're positively charged. So just like I could walk up and slap you in the face, in a sense, so can they. And they deal in cash monies, okay, which means that you got to pay first, and it's usually some sort of self-sacrifice, what I've learned. But that's it.
B, you there?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, man.
What about what's the name of it? The thing that John D came up with.
Yeah, John D. So he's the one that I guess is the father of Enochian magic, which is where he was scrying and talking to angels and came up with the language of Enoch and all that. Which I'm actually not that versed in, to be honest with you.
Okay. Have you ever heard of anything called the Order of the Order of the Cubic Stone?
I've run across it once or twice. You know, like I said, I'm very practical. I take bits and pieces and I use what works, and that's one. You know, that's about the way I was trained. You know.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not familiar with it.
Like what you were saying, how you take like bits and pieces from like stuff. Like
yeah.
How important like how important do you think some of these different paths and the way that they do their I guess practice it, or let's say like voodoo or whatever, where they have all these like elaborate ceremonies and stuff like that. How much of that is really important?
Well, you know, there's many paths to enlightenment, and these are just tools. You know, these rituals, if it helps you achieve your confirmation and faith within yourself, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? These are just tools of confirmation, and I would probably say some. Now I'm just pulling this from my ass here, but you know, maybe some entities that you work with are actually egregores. That means that they are born by a collective consciousness of people believing that they exist, so they do exist, because as we do know that the universe is mental. So, you know, if you want to practice Haitian Voodoo or I Ching or Ifa or whatever, Palo, you know, whatever you want to practice, these are just tools. And if it helps you realize the magic within yourself, I would say go for it. Now, me, I don't ride nobody's dick, you know, so I do my own thing. And I pride myself on being able to logically back up anything that I do, you know. Right. So I guess that would be my answer to that.
Okay. I got a good question. I want to do a show on this too. A lot of the people that will watch this video into the Hebrew Israelites and stuff like that, and mixed with the Hebrew Israelites, you get a lot of conspiracy like that. So, y'all are talking about Luciferianism, Satanism, and all types of stuff like that.
Well, just like Chris said, these Hebrew Israelites first they had to have been Christians. So that is also the same for these Satanists and Luciferians. You know, it's kind of like how a Satanist is not the opposite of a Christian. I mean, they're polar opposites, but it's not the true opposite. It's just like hate is not the opposite of love. Hate is nothing but love turned sour. You know what I'm saying? So before you can be a true classical Satanist, you know, now I'll say in the way that the majority of people think Satanists are to be, because I know what they really think. You know what I'm saying? I've got some that are friends of mine and this and that. But the ones that truly believe in a God named Satan or Lucifer, you know, you must first. And like I said, I don't want to take this out of context. I know that there's many variations. If there's any Satanists or Luciferians listen to this, believe me, I know. Okay. But in the context that Christians believe Satanists are to be, and those do exist, they must first have been a Christian.
I have read though in some places saying that like they don't believe in the God or the devil of the Bible at all.
Yeah, they believe in themselves, you know, and that's and that is, if you research Satanism, or you know, that's what you'll find. But you know, people, like I said, people believe what they want to believe, and I guess I was tailoring that to the general population. But yeah, once you research into it, they don't believe in any. They're atheists, you know. They believe in themselves, right?
So that's what I was trying to explain to some people too, about like, oh, they're Satanists. I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? They were some Satanists.
I mean, they call themselves that just to get a rise out of out of the religious, the monolithic religious people, you know.
What would you Luciferianism compared to Satanism?
Okay, so and this is actually a question that I've brought to the shaman many years ago, where you know, as you get closer and closer to the creator, the devil is the devil. But as we have, you know, you have Killer B, then you got your name, and then you got the name you was probably called as a child. You know, we all have many names, and we wear many different hats and could be masks. So Satan is the adversary, okay? Satan is Satan. Whenever Lucifer was cast out of heaven, Satan is the result of that, okay? Lucifer is the morning star, okay? And then the way I was explained it, devil is the animalistic primal side of Satan or Lucifer or what have you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Would you look? What about what's it called? I don't even think it's an actual thing like I'm the Egyptian like side of it. Do you think like the whole thing with the Set worship or something like that? Is it called Satanism or something?
I'm not sure. I'm sure there's some, you know, private sects of Set. You know, in my mind, when you get into the archetype, Set is just the Egyptian name for what we would call Lucifer or Satan, or just the devil in general, just that God that fits that archetype.
Yeah.
You know, you can throw the name Set in with Satan and Lucifer and the devil, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like
now,
same
go
thing.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say now from, you know, me being at the opposite end of the spectrum of the general population, you know, whenever I think about Satan, Lucifer, Set, okay, I see it from a totally different point of view. I never was a Christian, but I do acknowledge that these energies do exist. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So, but you're kind of getting into I guess the morning. Whenever I think of that entity, I like using the morning star, Lucifer. I like that side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, coming in through the back door, I see it as a cosmic, negatively charged entity that must be respected and is very powerful.
Yeah, man, we got to get you on here a lot more often now. Especially about the Galatia.
Yeah.
Sigils. You speak
Okay.
sigils?
You there, Killer?
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying, can you speak a little bit on sigils?
Yeah, I can speak on sigils, man. And you know, I'm not gonna take credit for this.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, EA Coeding is the one that kind of put me on this, and I don't agree with everything that EA Coeding has done. I believe he has fantasized the occult more so than it already is in order to get money from nerdy white people. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see what he's done. You know, some of the things that he said have a lot of gravity, and a lot of things he said has been complete horseshit. And I believe it was just a ruse to make people, you know, buy his products.
Yeah.
But one thing that he did say that resonated with me is, how do spiritual beings see the physical plane? And I believe they see it as a plane of energy. Okay, so whenever you draw a sigil that correlates with a particular energy signature, and that signature could be, you know, let's say the sigil of Baal. Okay, so when I draw that sigil, it correlates with his energy signature, and that becomes, in a sense, a beacon upon that plane of energy. And you got to understand that they're in the higher realms, so time and space does not exist for them. Okay, so no matter where you're at or what time, when that sigil was drawn, it's basically like Bael just got a text message. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a beacon, and there goes whether that spirit wants to work with you or not.
Like you saying, like, is it where? How were these sigils like developed? Say like the sigil for a ball.
Okay.
Like, is there any like actual like artifacts or whatever? Like,
now I haven't looked into the origins of that sigil, but I have meditated on that sigil in an extreme way, and I'll explain it to you. So, if you really look at it, Baal, Beelzebub, Baal. I know Baal is a title, okay, but these are just names, okay, that have been given to this particular cosmic energy. I can personally attest that something's going on with wasps and hornets and bees and ants, okay, when it comes to this particular energy, and I've never been stung. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I've been up working on a roof and had a yellow jacket just fly right, I mean, within 5 inches of my grill. Okay, I've had red wasps climbing up my leg, and I never got stung. You know what I'm saying? But there was one time with Bael where it was time for me to pay, and I didn't. And what happened to me the next day is I came into a yellow jacket nest in the ground, and I got my ass popped twice, real good. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
So yeah, and see, and that's the part where I can't prove to you that this exists. These are my personal experiences, because these things cannot be measured. And one thing I'd like to say, what's Shaman? What's that guy's name about the dancing? They make fools of us that are dancing. Niche, Frederick Niche.
Yeah, Niche.
What's his first name?
I think it is Frederick, but yeah, he said that those who judge us as fools, you know, are only seeing us as fools because they can't hear the music that we're dancing to.
Right. So basically, Mr. Niche, I forgot he's a historical figure. I forgot his first name. he says that, you know, those that cannot hear the music think fools of us who are dancing. You know,
Right.
so when it comes to personal experiences like this, all I can do is is tell you to take it.
Broke up for a second. You hear me? Oh, yeah, it might be me.
Hello.
All right, I'm here. All right. You hear me? You hear me?
No, I keep getting phone calls in.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, everybody. So, hope you guys can hear me. Oh, snap. Where P at? All right. All right.
All right, man. I'm a busy man. I keep getting phone calls come in, but that's okay. So
I hear you.
based on the sigils, let's talk about the sigil of Baal. Does it? I mean, when you really look at it, look it up. I challenge everyone to look up the sigil of Baal. Okay. Does it not look like a bee? Does it not look like a hornet?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's Baal.
No. Can you hear me? Oh, there you go off again. All right.
All right, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right, cool. Well, what I'll say, yeah, you was talking about the sigil about Israel.
Yeah, and I can even get into more of that. You know, now when you think about negative energies in the universe that we live in, this is represented in a cosmic way by chaos. Okay, now this gets a little tricky, but chaos isn't necessarily evil. You got to plow the field before you can grow the corn. And if you look at the sigils in the Goetia, now, like I said, again, this is my personal gnosis on this. I may be wrong, but this is what I've developed over several years of meditating on this. You'll see these symbols where there's three triangles, okay? And after meditating on this to me represents, like, it's almost like a hammer or like a club, and this is the conduit of chaos. Doesn't mean evil, but it's basically a signature. It's the key to chaos. You know, I mean, think about if you had a sledgehammer, what sort of damage you could do to the inside of your house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's kind of what I've came up with.
Huh. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Definitely. Yeah, man, this has been awesome. I'm gonna get you on here again, and you'll have the whole floor and stuff. I'm gonna get some good questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate your questions too.
Somebody in the chat asked about the OTO. They said, "Should we all be practicing magic?"
Well, I'm gonna say no to that. But in reality, everyone already does practice magic, because magic is nothing but the manipulation.
Right. And that's off again. You know what? I hope you guys can hear me. 1 second. All right. All right, I'm back. You got no sound. Okay. Oh, I didn't add you. All right, I'm back. I forgot to add us to the stream. I was wondering something was going on. Screwed up shit. All right. All right, we're back.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Like I said, I'm a busy man. You know, I'm always working.
Yeah, so yeah, I was about to wrap it up. I would say thank you for coming on. To get you on here.
Man, I appreciate you having me on. I really do appreciate the opportunity to talk about the things that I'm on, even on YouTube for. You know, this is what my channel is all about.
Yep. You guys make sure you check out the description box. I got the link to his channel over there. So yeah, watch this guy's videos. Awesome videos. I think I
appreciate that, man.
In the comments on Rodney Coleman. I think that's the first place I seen you during the whole thing with Rodney Coleman and
oh yeah. I didn't, you know, and I'm gonna say this in hindsight, I was very foolish to speak out like that because I didn't know the facts. You know, I was really retarded. And actually, the guy I was talking about, his name is Bokor Leonard Elmera. As far as a root doctor, he's actually the real deal. And honestly, I don't want anyone to think that I erased the videos because I was scared. Is because I didn't want to get famous for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be the guy that spoke against the root doctor. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be.
It froze up, or it's me. Man. Oh, could be. There? All right. Okay. Yeah, if I drop off, dude, you just continue to talk. But today was crazy. I don't know what happened. An hour and a half. So yeah, I'll be back. I'll be doing more streams soon. We're gonna have more side business.
I keep getting phone calls, man. I'm a busy guy, you know.
You go, man. You busy and stuff. So yeah, we'll link up another time. I might go tonight. I don't know, maybe tomorrow morning or something like that. So yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. Like I said, check out his link in the description. And I'm getting the fuck on out of here.
Oh, man. Thank you.
You too. All right, man. Have a good one. Thanks.
Bye.
Yep. All right. So yeah, going the hell on out of here. Thank you guys for watching. And what I'm gonna go out with, I don't know. It's the same song.
69, but 89 or 22.25 a month with a credit card. Well, and with a raising. Funny thing about that little white speck on top of chicken shit. That little white speck is chicken shit too.
Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead of cruising for them bruising. Been coolin'. Who you think you fooling? Your impeachment gets a ruling and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing and steady cruising for them bruisings. Rock the beat like a country man. Put away your contraband, your all religion brand. We've been chilling in this being y'all is all in all. The cats apart, introduce you to nothing at all. Filled with colors like a ball. She almost gave birth in a stall. A lot of us is written off while the crackers playing golf. Put up cost, about to be a boss. To cut my cross. Found whack cats underneath social media beats. Got my people thinking weak. Been writing since Hannibal was fighting. Burn your Percy Jackson up with lightning. We the carbon, too many Euro stepping hardens. Emblemacy ass gardens. My skills sharpened as the trumpets harping. See my harps, Steve Largent. Y'all religion got retarded. Got retarded. Been coolin'. Who you think you fooling? Your impeachment gets a ruling and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead of cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin'. Who you think you fooling? Your impeachment gets a ruling and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead of cruising for them bruisings. Now you want to feud. It's not my fault. The teacher got you locked in the queue. But now I lose and gain all the proof. More metaphysics than the LSD prescription. Wonder when you listen. Sat with Yeshua discussing pen and how to write a better Zen. Found my dome with the wisdom dome. Sapphire throne. Too many people trouble prone. I'm in the zone because I'm grown. With the universe to call my own. No worries, you got some too. Just imagine all of us coming through. We the universal truths. While communities stay aloof. No debates over here. Staying sober with them beers. As the Allahayim cheer. Y'all more alphabetic than queer. See this quite clear on how your impeachment gets a ruling and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead of cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin'. Who you think you fooling? Your impeachment gets a ruling and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead of cruising